Folks, we're back. Red 5 Rips. And of course, we're enjoying a nice Atlanta Brewing Company Amber Ale. Very good. Very good beer. We're enjoying it. This is not a sponsorship, even though we say they sponsor us, but it's not. It's editorial and it's actually live, so you know. But anyway, if I was out near Atlanta, I'd find a nice store and pick me up some. But anyway, Tiara, why don't you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your racing history? I think, did you race back in Wisconsin?
I actually didn't race cars in Wisconsin. My brother and I briefly raced snowmobiles, which is, you know, very fitting for Wisconsin since it's winter, like 9 months of the year.
Snowmobile racing. So does your family have multiple snowmobiles?
Oh, we used to, yes. So my brother had a racing sled that we did. And then I briefly had one. He was more into it than I was because I was in college and he was still kind of in high school and could do that during the weekends where I was in college. Probably at a swim meet, so.
It's going to take us a while to get through this box. This will not be a fast open. So, but Tiara does come from a racing family. What was your dad's name?
So my dad's name was Greg Delapp, and he basically raced his whole life, mostly at the Wisconsin Dells racetrack and the Plover racetrack. He raced like
Did you say it was late models or midgets?
He raced late models. So he did that.
And what number was he?
He was number 41.
41. All right, who are we starting off with?
Sawyer. Shellardine.
Yeah, Shellardine. That's right.
We got Harry Grant and the ladies.
The Winston ladies. And guess who ran the Winston ladies there? The hat guy. I'm sure we'll see the hat guy. But that would be my favorite part about winning the race right there.
We have Rusty Wallace winning a sponsored by Miller Lite, winning a trophy with Miller Lite.
Fitting.
And we have Davey Allison.
And by the way, these are 1992 Maxx racing cards. We typically open Trax racing cards, but we have a nice vintage box. This was actually in my personal collection that's been setting for well over 25 years, waiting to be opened. Really cool card there. That's the Armed Forces. We got Coast Guard, Marines, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Probably the most celebrated of those cars would be the number 7, Alan Kawicki's Army card.
Oh, we have your favorite racer. A little bit of a boo-boo right there.
Yep, he actually got injured at Talladega, broke his leg, and had to sit out part of the season after that wreck. That's more than just a little boo-boo.
That's a racer he doesn't stay after and socialize.
All right. We got a lot of interesting names here. And that's Mike Wallace. There's Davey Allison. I'll put him up here.
There's Donnie Allison to go with your Davey Allison.
Oh, Clifford Allison. What's wrong?
Todd Labonte.
Todd Bodant.
Daryl Waltrip.
Yep. There's Robert Yates, as a 28 car. That is Felix Sabatas. He moved from Cuba. He came from Cuba, started his own business, and bought the number 42 race team, the actual team from Rick Hendrick, and started a team with Gary Nelson and Kyle Petty. That's how Kyle Petty and the number 42, after the Days of Thunder movie, came about. There's Bobby Hamilton's rookie card. Country Time Lemonade.
We have a Kenny Schrader. We have a little Jeff Gordon. You know, the mullet and trying to grow that little stash.
Yeah, we'll put Gordon up here. People want to see him.
We got Joe Nemechek. He is decked out in Winston attire.
Here's competing mustaches. Derek Cope. Randy Joy, or not, Mike Joy, that's right. There's a Bill Elliott. We'll put that up there. Bill Elliott, and all decked out in Pepsi for that. And a nice Davey Allison. May he rest in peace.
Here's Dale winning at Talladega. Oh, Mark Martin erupted in flames.
Here is Darrell Waltrip's Boo Boo. It looks like it's either Daytona or Talladega. Which one was it? Daytona.
He is giving the camera a look.
That's right. It's like, hey there. There's Andy Petrie, Jeff Hammond, a couple of very good crew chiefs. There's Kyle Petty, sporting the Meliello collars. Greg Sachs, Jeff Purvis, Ted Musgrave. We'll give Teddy to Tiara. She has a thing for
Oh yeah, that
Teddy.
hair.
Yes.
We have Ernie Irvin.
Patty Moise, female race driver.
What year?
92. Did you know Patty?
I do not know Patty.
She's from Florida. All right. Why is it Tony Glover here looks like he's got a mugshot going on? I don't know. Tony Glover was a great, we'll put Dale Earnhardt up on the stand. And we got another Earnhardt we'll put up on the stand. Alan Kowicki will go on this stand. Dave Marcus, always in the Goodyear hat. He did a lot of tire tests for Goodyear. He also worked with Richard Childers and Dale Earnhardt a lot, testing cars. Michael Waltrip, always funny to listen to. Gary Nelson, who became Chief Inspector, NASCAR. NASCAR's Technical Director. Elmo Langley. Elmo drove the pace car.
Was that his only job?
Yep. Doyle Ford, he's the one that threw the flag. That was his job. Here's an Earnhardt.
I get to say, gentlemen, start your engines at a race this once.
You did?
I did, yeah. It was at the Lacrosse Speedway.
How old were you?
I was in college.
You were?
I was, yeah. Because we had tickets and we were up kind of in the VIP or whatever. And one of my friends knew like the owners of the track and had said, like told him who my dad was and said, oh, she'd really like to like say this, like it's on her bucket list. And then they called my name over the like speaker and said, hey, can you come up here? And they're like, surprise, you get to like start the races this evening. So I got to check that off my bucket list.
Cool. Did you get to drop the green flag?
I did not know.
I see an absence of Rusty Wallace in these. No, you had one. Actually.
I got a couple of them.
That's right. I'm gonna pull these out of the way. Like I said, it's gonna take a minute to get through these.
Ernie Elliott. Oh, here we have a Dick Trickle.
That's right.
Oh, here's a B&G rookie. Jeff Gordon. Or BGN.
BGN, yep. Bush Grand National, what that stands for. So you can set him up on there. Jack Roush. Wood Brothers. Ernie Irvin.
Oh, we have a new bonnet.
Now, how did they get the sponsor off his hat? You know he wasn't standing there with no sponsor on his hat. Who did that?
Here's Michigan, Davey Allison at Michigan.
So how long did your dad race?
Probably like 15 to 20 years.
Cool.
Because he was racing when I was like born.
So did you grow up at a house that there was a garage at it and like race cars in the garage? Or?
I did, yeah. So he lived in town and they had like a two-car garage. And I always thought it was cool, like before a race, like the day before, they'd pull it out and they would start it. Never drive it, obviously, but like all the neighbors would come out of the house and like the neighbor kids would come down and like think it was so cool. And I was like, yeah, I get to live with that.
Paul Andrews. Paul Andrews was Alan Quicky's crew chief during his championship season. He later became Cal Petty's crew chief. Ken Squire. And there's the Rusty Wallace.
So we have Shauna Robinson. She was the first female to win a NASCAR touring season race.
Was that Busch Grand National or Winston West or what?
Let's see. It says NASCAR Dash Series
Dash,
in Nashville,
alright.
yeah. And then she drove in 4 Busch Grand National races in '91, and then she wanted to run the entire schedule in '92.
That's right. Patty Moise and Shauna Robinson was, and that's probably Ricky Craven's rookie card. We'll pull it to the side. Yes, right. Most popular driver for sure. And a checklist. Checklist.
Yeah. But really, our whole family was in racing. Like, my grandpa, like, helped my dad with it, and then my strap grandpa did, and then all of his kids were into racing. So, really, it was, like, my dad that would work on the car, and, like, my step grandpa. Sometimes my, like, cousins would come over and help work on the car. But then he had a couple of people on his, like, pit crew that would, like, go to the races and stuff, especially, like, for changing tires and all that jazz.
There's Ernie Irvin. He's got a lot of Winston girls around him.
You have AJ Foyt.
Yep. Moving right along.
Jeff Burton. Look at those stashes.
Well, that was a requirement. You had to have a mustache.
Mark Martin.
Yep.
Beth Bruce.
Probably the best driver that had an entire career but never won a championship was Mark Martin. The best driver, and I didn't mention this in my previous one, but the best driver that never won a championship, but he didn't actually have a full career. Who's that?
That is Beth Bruce. She, one of 31 women to ever fill the role of Miss Winston.
Oh, well, I noticed her.
She studied interior design in college before beginning her career in racing.
Mm-hmm. Nice. You didn't call her out. Is there a reason you didn't?
I've never heard of her.
Morgan
I was
Shepherd.
10 when that happened. Oh, we've got Ned Jarrett, probably one of the greatest announcers.
Best race car driver.
Little Daryl Waltrip at Pocono.
Had his career ended early was, I think, Tim Richmond. And he was a race car driver.
Little Dale Earnhardt with his fam band.
Yep.
Oh, look at that scratch.
And the gut.
His hair. Oh. What is this one? Sterling Marlin.
Yep, having a bad day.
Going up in flames.
Rusty Wallace. Mark Martin. Hut Strickland. Nothing like a name Hut, you know? Wally Dallenbach. Chad Little.
So we have Rick Mast in this one. He flipped his Oldsmobile, and he holds a record for his car flipping the most. But he walked away unscathed.
What racetrack was that?
That was at Talladega.
Yeah, it's got a history for that.
He walked away completely unscathed.
This guy is in action. Talking to somebody important.
Clearly not taking notes with the 2 pens in his pocket.
There's a Dick Trickle.
So we have a Jim Sauter. So the Sauters are like synonymous with racing in Wisconsin. They're from Necedah, Wisconsin, which is about like 10 minutes actually from where I originally grew up. And so like our racing family and his racing family were always like really close, and my dad would help like his kids when they raced and stuff like that, and they would come over and help my dad, so they were like always regulars at our house. And then a kid down the road from us, Steve Shadursky, was related to them.
Did you ever get to go get in one of the cars and go around the track?
I did, yeah. My dad took me around in them.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. So you would just kind of sit.
Sit on the roll bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So when my dad passed away, the Dells Motor Speedway did, anytime like a racer dies, they'll like drive around the track with like a special flag.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of the racers that my dad knew were there doing the flag. So I sat and like held the flag for him for like after he had passed. Oh, Teddy. Oh, we have a little Mark Martin. Little Davy Allison. Oh, here's your Rusty Wallace.
Yeah, Rusty.
Dale and his wifey.
There's a Winston girl.
Oh, here's Richard Petty.
That's a cool one.
Oh, yeah.
It
we
goes
have a
on the
couple of them.
stand. I'll talk about this card for a second. This is Richmond when they turned the lights on, hosted the Winston Cup. I have to say that was a nice when the lights came on in Richmond for the night race on a Saturday, but the Winston 1992 Winston was one of the best races that ever happened. It was a shootout between Davey Allison, Kyle Petty, and Dale Earnhardt, and a lot of wrecking.
Rubbing his racing. Ernie Irvin. Little Tony Urey.
Jimmy Finnick, yep, that's what that was.
Davey Allison and Daryl Waltrip getting into it.
Yeah. They might
Little
have had words
Boo-Boo.
after that.
You know, they probably did.
And we're coming up on the end here with Rick Wilson, LaJoy, Bobby Hamilton.
Oh, Terry Labonte. Let me see how many of him. Oh, the 91 champion. Little Davey Allison.
All right, closing in. We got Glover working with the Morgan McClure race shop. And Paul Andrews with Alan Kowicki. Jimmy Means, yep. And there we go. That's all I have. Interesting. Craven's rookie card. Only got one of them.
We got Dodson mid-laugh right there.
That's right,
Oh,
Barry
yes.
Dodson. There's a Bill Elliott there. Yeah, that's right. That's Brandon's favorite driver. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. And Buddy Baker did a lot of TV. There's Mike Wallace, Rusty's brother. There's Davey. There's the first one of those cards.
HB Bailey.
That's right. He seems like a character. He might know a thing or two, though.
You know, I'm sure he could tell you some stories.
Yes, I would figure so.
Mr. Ulrich with his pinky rings. Kelly Yarborough.
There's Morgan McClure Racing. They got
Sterling.
You know, it was a good local Virginia race team. Got in a little trouble, I think, with taxes. Maybe. Junior Johnson.
Michael Waltrip.
Wood Brothers. Is that Leo Jackson? Yep, Leo Jackson.
Romeo. Oh, here's one of just his car.
Oh, I get to look. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. Jeff Green. Where was Jeff Green from? Hometown, Owensboro, Kentucky. Kentucky. Good night. That's a lot of mud shots. Jeff Hammond, Wingo. South Carolina. There's a nice one. Kyle.
Dale practicing his blue steel.
Yeah, he was practicing intimidating.
Alan Kowicki. I don't think we pulled a Kowicki, have we?
Yeah, there's been a few. Where did Kowicki come from? He was a Midwestern. Yes.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Where in Wisconsin?
Greenfield?
Is it?
Greenfield. I need my glasses, but
Yes, Greenfield, Wisconsin. Got a little Dale Jarrett.
there we go. That's it. That's all. Good job. Jeff Gordon's, Kyle Petty's, Bill Elliott's. Bill Elliott's in track, not in Maxx, not tracks. So glad we got some of him since we're in Georgia.